Some of you may have noticed on my last upload doing the motorcycle lift that there is in fact a new motorbike here at the Kentucky Yankee shop. And a little feller there too with a tank top. Show us your muscles. There you go, boy. Nice. It's not that I'm not eager to jump onto the CB350 project, which is over here. There it is, the 3 boxes. It's just that this Yamaha may come back to life with very little effort, possibly. So let's just check it out to see if we can get it running. That way, maybe we can rip it around while we're working on the CB350. Seems like everything I work on needs a battery to get spark, so I'm just going to use these jumper cables and this battery powered up just to make sure we don't have no issues with that. It'll have battery power if it needs it. Let's get this spark plug out of here, make it a little easier to kick over to check the spark. I could just stick this spark plug in here, lay it up against this, and see if it sparks. But if the spark plug is bad, it'll travel from here, right to here, to there, instead of jumping that gap, and I won't even know that it's got spark. So we'll just stick a screwdriver in there instead. And there we go, a nice fit. Nope, go again. Go again. Oh. Go again. Go again. No spark. My best guess is that there's points behind this cover, so we'll take it off and take a peek. Oh, screw wasn't that tight. I hope that's not a bad thing. Hopefully somebody has not been in here yet, besides me, who's going to be. Oh, look at that. Not cool. Not cool at all, especially on my new lift. So it's an oily mess. Here are the points right there, if you can see them. I'm gonna just try to file them. Still no spark. I kind of picked them up and dropped them and it was sparking a little bit, but then it stopped. I suspect the kill switch is bad. I'm gonna take this fuel tank off and look at that wiring. What's cool about this thing, I believe it has electric start. Here's a starter solenoid. Listen. You can hear it click. It goes down in behind here, behind the case. And I believe that's where it whips it over. But for now, I want to unhook this kill switch. All right, so now we are getting spark. I want to try and explain to you what's going on here and how I figured that out. And the way I did was these wires. This one is a power going up to the switch. So imagine you got to make a loop. And when it goes to the switch, right now it's open. It's not making a loop. That's why it wasn't working. And this wire would have power if the switch is on, and it would come back down here and go to our coils and power up our points. So I just made a loop with a cotter pin like that. Now when you come down here and the points are closed, you have nothing. When you open them, you know, you're breaking it. Let me just, let's see. See there? So our points are firing. Next step is just to check it up here at the coil and see what we have there. Go ahead. Go ahead. Just a quick compression test.
Woo! It's up to 90. Almost there it is, guys.
100 PSI. That's pretty good, I think, for this old bike. So at this point, we have a little spark. We know that we have a crank seal bad, but let's just see. I love to hear them pop a little bit. Let's just spray a little gas in there and see what happens. All right, now hold the throttle wide open. Now leave it just like that. I'll spray a little petrol here in the carburetor. All right, let it go. And now, would you do the honors of kicking it over? If you can. I don't know if this little feller... Oh.
It's a little hard.
Go ahead. Kick it hard. Let's see if you can get this.
It's clumpy.
It's clumpy.
It's clumpy now.
All right.
It's really hard to push than last time.
That's because the spark plug's in there. Give it a good kick.
Yeah. Crank the pipe. Smoke's coming up the back. Oh!
At this point, we know it's going to do something. So let's drain the rest of the oil out of this thing. And I think we need to look behind here and check them crank seals. There shouldn't have been oil in here with the points. Nice clean oil. I'm going to get this shifter out of the way here. Looks like she's been patched up at one time, but looks like a good solid weld. You can use an impact screwdriver on these tight screws, but sometimes I'll just take a hammer like this and smack it and turn it. That works too. Just to break them loose. Bad decision not to just take these wires off. I need to clean all this up anyways. I will do it now. So to remove this armature, it's threaded in there. I just made this little bolt here, welded it onto that. This is my slide hammer. We'll just screw it in there. Oh, there it is. That is nerve-wracking for me because I don't want to do any damage to anything. I wish I hadn't dropped it, but it's okay. There's a cover right here holding that seal in. It's held on by 2 screws. We will remove those and get that cover off of here. These screws are really tight. Gonna have to use the real thing this time. Look how old and dry this seal is. Look, it's just spinning because it's all dried up. Let's get it pulled out of there. Oh, and there it is. And it's solid as a rock. I made a good decision on wanting to change these seals out. And now for this side. Both of those seals are going to be really dry, brittle, and useless. A 2-stroker needs good seals to run right. Otherwise it gets an air leak. You got all kinds of problems. In this case it was so bad, oil was leaking. This right here is the oil injection pump. When I pull the throttle back, it opens her up to puke more oil in there. Screwdrivers can be used as pry bars, chisels, and screwdrivers. Just whatever you want to do with them. 2-stroke oil running out of there. I hope this oil injector pump's still good. I hopes. This is the other crankshaft seal right here behind this gear that needs to be replaced. This gear will not slip off. I got the nut on there just loose, but the gear will not slip off without this coming off, so we are getting deeper and deeper. And there you go. This one is more pliable because it was soaked in oil here. Now I think I'll take this carburetor off because we know it needs to be cleaned. They always need to be cleaned. It should come to you at no surprise that this small project turned out to be a much larger project than I initially anticipated. I feel like we've gone as far as we can today. I need to clean up all of these parts. I would love to clean up this wiring, you know, where it's hacked up here and there, cut it, solder it, all that kind of stuff. I also need to get in here and order some seals, a battery, and maybe some other little parts that we may need to get this thing running. I have an ultrasonic cleaner coming in the mail that I'm going to put Pine Sol in, and we're going to try and clean the carburetor together next video. Also, I'm going to clean the fuel tank. A little different way of doing it. Same ideal as I always do, you know, the tumble rock deal, but a little different way of doing it. I think you may enjoy that. Anyways, I think that's it for today, guys. I can't go any further. We'll see you next time. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am the one and only notorious Kentucky Yankee, and I have my little sidekick with me here today. And you are? Sidekick.
You tell him.
Tell him what?
You tell him my real name. It's not Sidekick. Call me anything other than Sidekick.
All right, Robin. Hold that.
I'm not other than Robin too.